On this episode, Paul Laramie talks to Matt Anthony about his new show, the July 30th mask mandate, jab passports, Matt's amazing baseball handicap season, and we'll even get his picks for the World Series. Only on Right News America.
Hey guys, welcome back to Right News America. Of course, it's your favorite show host, Paul Laramie, and I got some exciting news for you tonight. I wanted to bring our friend Matt Anthony on. We're not allowed to talk about exactly what kind of show or who his co-host is going to be or what's going on, but I can tell you right now, he's coming back to Right News America, and he's coming back soon. Isn't that right, Matt?
Yeah, that's right. After all the recent events in the last couple months, I've just taken like a month or two off. I've kind of been around. I've been going to events. Like some people have seen me, but yeah, I feel like I'm ready to jump back in with all the recent events of the CCRCC. And also today, as you guys might have heard, the new mask mandates are back effective July 30th. So
that's one of the main things we're going to talk about tonight here on Right News America.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not only affecting our kids in school, their health, but also it's going to affect people that work in the casinos, as well as maybe even visitors and tourists coming up soon. Isn't that correct?
Oh,
absolutely. So what do you know about the mask mandates? Tell us what's going on and what you know.
Well, Sisolak made an announcement today that effective July 30th, that, pretty much all indoor, whether you're vaccinated or not. And even if you can prove you're vaccinated, myself, I'm not vaccinated, as you would guess, but even if you're vaccinated, you still have to wear a mask indoors. They've already done it with.
Is that for everybody now?
Everybody, vaccinated or not. So they're essentially.
So when I go to Smith's tonight, I have to wear a mask when I go inside.
Well, not tonight. It takes effect on the 30th of July. So I'm guessing,
so
that'll be
now and then we're safe. But on the 30th of July,
it
becomes a dangerous thing.
Yeah, so this is going to affect tourism, I think. A lot of people are just fed up with the masks, and casinos, how they are. They're really going to be strict about masks, probably stricter than.
But they don't want to get those tickets. They don't want to have the what were they called? The ambassador squad, which was really the rat squad that was coming around and writing tickets and making sure that people were getting fined for not, if they saw somebody without a mask, especially an employee.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why
they go into these small businesses, bars.
Well, the city council, the Las Vegas City Council, actually has an ambassador squad, right? They don't have them in Henderson and North Las Vegas, but they do have them in the city of Las Vegas. Ambassador program is nothing more than a glorified rat program to find out who's not wearing masks and give them fines, And these businesses have already been shut down. How can they afford $10,000 fines because some guy won't put a mask on that comes in there?
It's all ridiculous, Paul. And my take on all this. This is just the first step into what I believe is another lockdown coming. Because why are we moving back in this direction? And they're not going to do it all at once. Like, it starts with employees wearing masks, and then everyone's going to have to wear masks inside. And then, people are going to have to prove they're vaccinated and all that to do anything. And then,
they're already doing vaccine passports.
Well, they're already doing that.
Australia, Italy, and where else was it? Somewhere in Europe as well, right?
Oh yeah, Europe. Australia is like in total lockdown right now. I saw a report on an Australian news network the other night. It was one province in Australia where they have 900,000 people locked down to their sectors, and they can't even go to work over one COVID death.
That's insane.
One COVID death.
All right, so let me be clear. I'm not going to shame you if you feel like you need to get the vaccine. I mean, my kid's grandmother got the vaccine. Some friends of mine have got the vaccine. A lot of them choose to wear masks in public places. Yeah. And I am totally for them to be able to choose to get the vaccine, to go ahead and wear their mask. But I'm also pro-choice when I say I choose for folks to not have to wear it or not have to get the vaccine if they choose not to. Now, they're trying to spin a campaign now that the people that are for the choice in the vaccine and the mask are pro-choice, and the people who believe that you should get the vaccine and the shot are pro-life, because they're saying that, we're dangerous. Well, I'm pro-life when it comes to abortion and pro-choice when it comes to vaccines and when it comes to masks, brother.
I mean, that's a good way to put it, man. Governor Gavin Newsom said of California, Governor of California, Gavin Newsom,
Steve
said
Sisolak's big brother.
yeah, basically. He said something very interesting. I think it was yesterday, to where he was trying to set the precedent that people that are unvaccinated, he was trying to compare them to drunk drivers killing people on the road. So basically saying, like, hey, if you're unvaccinated, like you're the equivalent of a drunk driver out there killing people on the road. So I think we all know.
Who's the other lady? What was she, Kentucky or somewhere over there? Who said that people that are unvaccinated, they're the problem?
Yeah. So this is what this is all leading up to. They're trying to set the precedent that being unvaccinated is a criminal act and you're endangering public health. They're trying to put the precedent out there that if you're unvaccinated, you're like a criminal now. That's the road we're headed down, to where you can't even get a job just if you don't take, an untested, non-FDA approved vaccine. So you're saying, which there's no legal recourse for, by the way. So, but they're trying to force you to get this vaccine. Like they're going to do it. They're going to try to push it in the schools. We know that. Like, oh, hey, your kid can't come to school if you don't, have a vaccine. And I'm with you. I'm pro-choice. Like if you want to get the vaccine, that's your call. If you want to wear a mask, that's your call. But
Absolutely.
don't force it onto us. Because if you're vaccinated, what are you afraid of anyway? It's like you should be protected.
Let me first say that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical expert. So I can neither confirm or deny some of the stuff you said about the vaccine, but it definitely is worth looking into. I advise everyone to do your research and look into it for yourself and find out if it's something that you want to do. You're not a murderer if you decide that you don't want to take the vaccine, contrary to what Brian Shapiro might say about you. I can guarantee you that. But there's many different opinions about the vaccine, and I can't tell you what to believe, but I can tell you to do your research and have your own.
Do your own research, everyone, because there is the information is out there if you look for it. I mean, there's some good shows. Like I really like Tucker Carlson and a few other hosts, and
he's under fire. Good old
but
Tucker's
they just seem to
fire.
repeat themselves all the time. Like if you want real news and you want to find, research a story and not necessarily in Las Vegas, like just go directly
Right News America.
Yeah, or Right News America. Just go right directly to their local news station because you usually get the best news on local news.
Absolutely. And a shameless plug, Right News America is actually looking for local news personalities. If you think that you can cover what's going on in your local area and you want to help us out, make sure to send your email and phone number to newsroom@rightnewsamerica.com. That's newsroom@rightnewsamerica.com. So we're real excited that you're going to be joining us again at Right News America. I'm so excited about who your your co-host is. I know we can't say nothing because all the contracts haven't been signed and it's not in the final stages, but it's a great mashup and you guys will do really well together. You both have great followings and I'm just so excited to bring you aboard, Matt. Welcome aboard to Right News America.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back.
You are banned from social media, is that correct?
That's true. I might be the most banned dude in Nevada. All my groups on Facebook, Keep Nevada Open, Fight for Nevada, all bands, Stand Up Nevada, all groups disabled, Nevadans Against the New Abnormal, Reopen the Western States, like all those big groups, totally disabled. But hey, it's all right. I've met some great people in the last year and a half. My show's
so
there.
Let's talk about something that's actually exciting, Matt. Let's talk about your baseball record with AgainstTheNumber.com, where they can actually buy your picks. And you're actually doing really well in baseball, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm having a pretty good season. I had a really good spring training. And then, for the first couple months of the season, I was kind of breaking even. But no one was losing money. I was up a couple units. But over these last 2 months, throughout all this that's been happening politically, I've been able to amass quite the baseball record this year. I'm sitting at about 57% wins on the season. And You know, any handicapper could tell you if you do 57% in a season, you're basically printing money. So
Right.
it's
And your
exciting.
picks, if they were to want to buy your picks for the rest of the year, you said it would be right around $300, right?
Yeah, for the
And how
second
many
half.
games is that?
Oh, a lot, man. Like there's games every day for the next like
And you pick
two
all
and
the
a half
games?
months. No, I don't cap every game. So what I'll do is, you know, there's probably like 10 to 15 games per day in MLB. And I'll look through the list and whatever sticks out to me and I do my research on it I like, you know, those are the plays I'll pick for that day. It usually averages around from like 3 to 5 picks a day,
So
you
how
know,
many
for the
picks
next
until
two
the
and
end
a
of
half
the
months.
season you think folks would get from you?
I'll repeat that. I'm sorry.
How many picks for the rest of the season do you think folks would
Okay,
get if
so
they were to buy your package
two and
now?
a half months is about what, 75 days. So, you know, let's just say I gave you 3
Okay.
picks a day for 75 days. You know, you're looking at 220 picks, 225 picks. Now, sometimes it's more than that. You know,
You're
sometimes it'll
looking
be
at less than $2 a pick.
yeah, essentially.
Yeah, you're looking
Yeah.
at less than $2 a pick. And I mean, with your record, if people bet consistently with you, they're in a winning stance. So it's almost
So if you want to buy those
Ooh.
picks, you can go to againstthenumber.com and you'll see it. You'll go to it's up in the search bar, you know.
How do you
like,
rank, Matt?
Huh?
As far as handicappers go, how do you rank this season in baseball?
Oh, in baseball?
In comparison to others, like, are you like in the top 10 percentile? Or
Well, I mean, there's no way to track every single handicapper because there is a lot of handicappers out there. I'm definitely very highly ranked in baseball. I've been scoping out Twitter a lot, seeing a lot of these other handicappers. Now, believe me, hey, there's other sports where people are better than me at. You know, like there's definitely better football handicappers than me. There's
I
definitely
heard you're
better
hot in
basketball.
baseball right now.
Yeah,
People are
but
telling me
baseball's
you're
my
hot.
thing, man. Baseball's my thing. I've always done really well in baseball just because of the type of research it takes to. And I've always thought of myself as kind of a numbers guy. So baseball is all numbers, and there's so many different factors into a baseball game that you just don't have with like football and basketball. Because you got to keep in mind when you play baseball, like all the stadiums are different, like the dimensions are different, like the mounds are actually different. So like some pitchers pitch better at certain stadiums than others. You know, you got to factor in whether it's a day or night game, you know, because the ball carries a lot more during the day. So if someone whacks it good during the day, you know, it might be a home run, but at night it would just be a fly out. So a lot of pitchers do better during the day or at night. Umpire stats are big, you know, like, you know, you got over umpires, under umpires. There's head-to-head stats against that lineup. Because you got to think of it, baseball is a unique sport. So it's a sport where a hitter's considered successful when he fails 7 out of 10 times. So that would be a 300 batting average is really good in baseball. But that hitter's still failing 7 out of 10 times. You know, that it just shows you how hard it is to actually hit a baseball from some of these pitchers. So there's a lot of different
Right, I
stats.
played Little League. I didn't go that far past Little League, but I remember it was pretty hard to hit the ball back then, right?
Oh yeah. It's baseball's tough, and it's
So
just
who's gonna win the World Series, Matt?
well,
Let me
I
bet
gotta
them now.
say, I mean, if I really am liking the San Diego Padres team. They're really good. Now they're not going to win. I don't think they're going to win their division, but they'll slip into the playoffs as a wild card. I would keep an eye out for them. Chicago White Sox are pretty good. That's another team that kind of just bursted onto the scene this year. So you Southsiders in Chicago should have something to look forward to this postseason because I just think they have all the complete. You know, they have a complete team. They have a great lineup, a great starting rotation, a great bullpen. And that's something I see with the Padres too. You know, those two are looking pretty good. You know, the Tampa Bay Rays, they're good. They got a great pitching rotation. But yeah, I'll stick with those two for now. Padres or White Sox. You know, you might see them two playing each other in the World Series because they're in different leagues. So
All right, so the Padres and the White Sox, who do you got?
That's tough. I mean, if I had to in a 7-game series, I'd give a slight edge to the Padres in that series. The Padres just have such a complete team. And now they just added an all-star too at the trade deadline, Adam
So
Frazier.
you heard it first, guys. The Padres for the World Series right here on Right News America. AgainstTheNumber.com. Make sure you check him out. I mean, this guy's baseball record is amazing.
Yeah, check me out on Twitter at TotalsPro, at TotalsPro. And then if you want to check out my personal Twitter where I talk more political stuff, that's at Real Mad Anthony.
You heard that? Totals Pro and at Real Matt Anthony. So make sure you check out that baseball package. That's something that's going to help you out to make some money. I mean, I'm going to buy the baseball package and I'm going to consistently bet the games, and I'll let you guys know how I make out and how much money I make personally. We'll catch you guys next time on Right News America. Same place, same time, next week, right here, Right News America.